Have you ever reached a point where you just stop? Not because you don't care anymore, but because you're tired of chasing something that keeps running away. Love. At some point, something shifts. You stop sending that extra message. You stop overthinking every reply. You stop trying to be perfect just to be chosen. And suddenly, you feel different. Not cold, not heartless, just done chasing. And here's the interesting part. People who stop chasing love aren't giving up. They're actually waking up. Because they've realized something most people don't. Love is not supposed to feel like a constant struggle. Think about it. If you always have to prove your worth, always have to fight for attention, always feel like you're too much or not enough at the same time, that's not love. That's exhaustion with a romantic label. People who stop chasing love start noticing patterns. They realize how they were always the one texting first, always adjusting, always caring more. And one day they ask themselves, why am I working so hard just to be loved? That question changes everything, because from that moment they stop running after people and start returning to themselves. One of the biggest traits of these people is self-respect. They no longer beg for attention, they no longer chase replies, and they definitely don't stay where they feel unwanted. Not because they have a big ego, but because they finally understand their value. It's like going to a place where you're not welcomed, again and again, and then one day deciding, maybe I don't belong here. And instead of forcing it, you leave. Another thing you'll notice, they become calmer. No more emotional roller coasters. No more checking their phone every 2 minutes. No more decoding, what did they mean by this? They just breathe. Because when you stop chasing, you stop creating unnecessary chaos in your own mind. Also, they become very selective. Earlier, they might have said yes to anyone who showed a little interest. Now, they observe. They take their time. They don't fall for words. They watch actions. Because they've learned the hard way that not everyone who says, I care, actually means it. And yes, they might be alone for a while. But here's the twist. They're okay with it. Because they've realized that being alone is far better than being with someone who makes you feel alone. Let that hit. And maybe the most powerful trait, they stop trying to control love. They stop forcing connections. They stop chasing people who are unsure. Instead, they let things flow. If someone wants to stay, they stay. If they don't, they leave. Simple. No drama, no chasing. And honestly, that kind of energy is rare. Because most people are still running, trying to catch love before it disappears. But the truth is, real love doesn't need to be chased. It meets you halfway. So if you've reached that stage where you're tired of chasing, don't panic. Don't think something is wrong with you. Maybe, just maybe, you're finally learning what love is not. And that's the first step to finding what it truly is.